Hiya.
Hiya. Welcome back.
Hello. Wow, that energy crashed hard, didn't it? I feel like we need some chocolate.
You just had a galaxy ripple.
I know.
Today,
Need some more chocolate.
you guys are flooding our DMs. When I say flooding, we've got a tsunami in there.
A tsunami.
Tsunami. So we're going to go through them today.
Okay.
It's going to be, I'm just going to read them out.
It's going to be a bitchy one.
It's going to be a bitchy one. It's going to be like people are asking questions.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys are causing a storm in there and I feel like I need to get through them. So
Okay. I feel like this could be like every couple of weeks we just smash out some DMs. Okay. Should we start the episode?
let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome,
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
This podcast has been sponsored by the wonderful Crafty Lab. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that I got married last year, and these guys created one of my favourite elements of the wedding.
Oh, I love them. These were your newspapers, weren't they?
Yes, so we used them as a little guide to the day for guests. So we included order of the day, crossword, bridal party names, our love story, QR codes for image sharing, Spotify playlist link, and believe it or not, more things. It was so personal, and you know that I love a bit of personality in a wedding.
They're professionally designed for each couple, so it's not just a template that someone else will have. Each couple gets a truly unique newspaper. They don't print until you're 100% happy to, so even for you type A brides, you'll love them.
They have amazing customer service. They really cared and went above and beyond to make sure that we were happy, which we were. A small business with a big heart.
You can have them anywhere and everywhere, and you even had them in the taxis on the way to the ceremony and dotted around the venue. But I've also seen them on ceremony chairs, wedding breakfast tables, and in accommodation. And at 89p a copy, why wouldn't you?
So head to thecraftylab.co.uk to secure your spot in their order book. But be quick, there are limited slots for each month, and once they're gone, they're gone.
So get them booked. You definitely don't want to miss out. If you're wanting to find out more, we've popped their details in the description below.
You do one, then I'll do one.
I'm literally just going to go through our DMs. I haven't read them.
Shit.
Georgie hasn't read them.
Okay. What? Read it out.
I just love I love these DMs. Okay, so I'm going to start a bit tame.
Go on then.
Right, let's go.
Okay.
Hey guys, I love listening to your podcast. Just wanted your opinion, please. We have a venue coordinator, but we just aren't on the same page. We love the venue, but she's making the whole planning process so stressful. She takes ages to reply to emails. We're constantly chasing up and we just don't vibe. It's been so awkward when we've been to see her or spoken to her, and I'm worried that she'll ruin the day. She was so lovely before we booked, and as soon as we paid, it felt like we're just another number. I get they have weddings before us, but I just feel like such an inconvenience. I don't know if I will want to say something to her or if it'll make it worse. And if I do say something, how do you even approach that? Oh girl, Georgina Roosevelt. I'll let you answer that.
Well,
as a coordinator.
okay, let me answer one bit first. So this is something I battle with, and I've come to terms with it now.
Wait, what do you battle with?
I'm telling you.
Fucking
hell, man. Listen, Linda.
What?
I've never heard Listen, Linda. Like the little kid's like a little
Yeah.
meme, and he's like,
Linda.
Linda.
Listen.
Right, now listen. It's something
I
I
love
battle
that.
with.
I
For
love
fuck's
that meme.
sake. Something I battle with is the whole, I get we're just a number, there's weddings before us and there's weddings after us. I do a lot of weddings. And I hope that every single one of my couple would vouch for the fact that they do not feel like a number within I care about each wedding, whether you're getting married in 2 years or tomorrow. I'll still reply to everybody. I don't get when venues don't reply to people or take ages. What?
Yeah, but in peak wedding season, like, I'm sorry.
There's no excuse for a venue coordinator to not be replying.
No, there is. When you're in peak weddings, venue coordinators, I'm going to fucking vouch for you here. So you better all like and comment on this.
Don't tell me that they're doing loads of things, because they should be pushing back to the venue and saying, you need more fucking venue coordinators then.
They do. I've been a coordinator and I've pushed back before and said, I cannot do all of this on my own. I cannot do all the admin. I cannot be there on the day. I cannot do all the sheets. I cannot be in all the meetings. I cannot sell the venue. Like, venue coordinators a lot of the time are fucking understaffed and underpaid.
All right, yeah, fair.
So don't come at them.
No, I'm not coming at them. Genuinely not coming at them. Because a lot of venue coordinators I work with are really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't have any issues.
But they
some of them are dickheads.
Some are really pushed to the barrel and some aren't.
Yes. And
So
some are
it
just...
Depends how many people are at your venue. If you've got a venue that's got like 6 coordinators, and
then you should be getting a reply within a week. But equally, how long do you think is too long to wait?
well, I'd say a week is max.
Yeah, same.
Like, I get annoyed if it's like 2 days and they haven't replied.
Yeah, same. But
because you're in like the swing of things, aren't you? And you're like,
and you can't. So the problem with the venues is you can't do other stuff until you know the answer from the venue. So
you're just trying to do what you've been told.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But get a coordinator, get a wedding coordinator.
Yeah, if you're not vibing.
Honestly, I don't know how to explain it without it sounding like a sales pitch.
Funny, should we get this on repeat? Because Georgie says this every
because I don't like. I honestly, I don't. You don't have to book me. It doesn't like I want you to, but you don't. I would rather somebody book a coordinator. I'd rather somebody book a different coordinator that they could afford than not have a coordinator if you couldn't afford me. Like that would be my thing. I'd book whoever's comfortable for you. I might not even be the right person for you, but a wedding coordinator, I can't even explain.
Okay, so I'm going to play a devil's advocate here.
Of course you fucking are.
So next part of it is she said she was lovely when we were booking the venue. As soon as we paid, we just felt like a number. How do you feel about that?
Because a venue coordinator represents a venue. So for them, they've sold that wedding. They don't need to stay at the same level as they started because they're not trying to get the booking. When you're going through a wedding coordinator or a company that then is working for you, you can sack me off. You can say, this isn't good enough, I want my money back. You can't do that with a venue because there's so much stuff to change. They've got you by the balls.
But I also do think though, like, this sounds bad, but it doesn't sound bad because like when I first speak to my clients, I'm really excited to meet you, get to know you, do all of that. Like we're talking about, we're both excited because it's like really new and fresh.
Go on.
Like once you've booked us, if you're not getting married for 2.5 years or 2 years time,
you're not going to not answer them. You're not going to not be as excited.
Of course, I'd be still excited. Of course, I'm still going to speak to you. Of course, if you email me, I'm going to get back to you. But
so what's different?
But there are other priorities. You know, like the person getting married next week.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But for the attitude to change is what's the issue,
to be fair, to feel like a number, that's not good.
No.
Like, and like I was saying, I spoke on the phone to a client the other day. I was like, you're all my friends. Like, I just like talking to you.
I just think it's just a different job. And maybe you have too big expectations from a venue coordinator.
Maybe.
A venue coordinator's job is to look after the venue. You are maybe just a number within the venue coordinator's job because it's just on this date this wedding is happening and my job is to run the venue and make sure it all goes well. A wedding coordinator's job is to look after you two as a couple and therefore you can't be a number.
But we have spoke about this before, having expectations from your suppliers. Like if you are getting married in 2 years time, and obviously everyone has other clients, you're not the only client. Like
I feel like it's a bit of thing from both. I feel like couples need to understand that, but a lot of my couples will even be like, I know it's peak season, like just let me know when you're ready. Cool, amazing, that's perfect. Or if they say about, I don't know, going to see the venue and I'll be like, can I do that in, like your wedding is in 2 years, can I do it in October? Like that's better for me and I'll be able to concentrate more when we're there. But to book a venue and spend that much money and then not even be getting a text back
it's bad,
especially because you'll be finding out things to be able to book the next stuff. You'll be saying what time can the band get in, and you can't do anything else until they fucking reply. Good venues.
I got one through the other day actually from a venue. They had it was like a 10-page PDF.
Nice.
Access times.
Yes.
Measurements of every single thing.
Yes.
Every single thing. Rules, what I could do, what I couldn't do, what was allowed, what wasn't allowed, what literally every question they've been asked, they've put in this PDF.
I love that. That's amazing.
And they when they've booked, they've given it to them.
Amazing. I love it.
So
every venue should do that.
Granted, the venues are busy, but they've got something in place for when they are busy. Yeah. Or even, do you know what? Even if it's just, I've received your email.
Thank for like
just a hold. Like that's a good.
All you need to do is reply and say, I've got your message. I'm coming back to you. Because then you read it and you go, cool, okay, thanks for. At least it's got there. Like we don't even know if anyone's seen it. I like the PDF.
To be fair, I have a lot of my clients WhatsApp me, and I know you don't like using WhatsApp, but for me, that is the easiest thing to me because I can literally I have it on my laptop and I just go bam, 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 reply. And also you don't have to be like, hi, so-and-so, I hope you're having a lovely weekend.
See,
I'm literally like, bam, here's your answer.
But I like my emails because I file away every email I get. When I look at my inbox, whatever's in there needs replying to, whereas WhatsApp gets a bit lost.
So all our messages are tracked on our CRM.
Yeah.
Even my WhatsApp ones will go over.
See, but do you have a business WhatsApp and a personal? Yeah, I don't have two. I can't keep up with two. I like emails.
I was laughing the other day. I had a client in and she showed her all her notes. She was like, oh my God, you've got so many notes on me. And I was like,
you fucking message all the time.
Every time you speak to me, I put it. But she was, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, it helps because I can then see exactly what we said. Like all our emails are in the CRM so I can see what everyone sent you.
I move over to WhatsApp like a week before their wedding, because I get that you're not at laptops anymore.
Yeah.
And people will send me pictures and stuff like that. So I'm all for, I don't not like WhatsApp. It's just me personally, it's better.
So to conclude,
this is me being a pussy, but I wouldn't say anything to the venue coordinator because it's just going to make it awkward. And then the last thing I would want for somebody is to feel awkward on their wedding day, because you'll be like, oh, fucking Julie hates me and worried about it. I would book a wedding coordinator.
Yeah.
Just say.
and let them like run the show.
Yeah, and just say to them, look, can you be the contact between, and it's different when people speak to a venue coordinator and a wedding coordinator. It's different. They're different. They do different things. So you'll get the excitement from a wedding coordinator, you'll get the information from a venue coordinator.
Going back to quick, I'm going to move on from this one because we've got loads to do. But going back to, where she's like, as soon as I paid, I just felt like a number.
Yeah, that's so
which
sad.
I find weird coming from a venue, because she doesn't get the money. It's like the
No,
coordinator
I know.
is just, unless they're on targets.
Yeah, but that's also the thing, is that they are paid by the venue no matter how they're doing. Whereas I want the review. Me personally, I want that review, and a good, happy person. She doesn't really care. No, sorry. Some don't care. Some might be leaving. Some might be pissed off at the venue.
Yeah.
Because it's
Checking
also like
out,
their working conditions, and maybe they are working every hour and not being able to do everything.
Let us know the venue.
Yeah, I would like to know.
But no, you should never feel like a number.
But also, there we go. But also, if you are a venue coordinator and you're looking to come over to the other side, I am hiring. But I need someone fucking good. Carry on.
She won't pay me to go to her, so
I can't afford you, hun.
I know.
Sorry.
Mate.
Also, you have a business to run. Don't scare everybody.
I think to conclude, you need to get someone on your side who you vibe with, who understands you, because like I said, the biggest thing for me is I know on the day what my clients will want, because I get to know you on that level, and I can point blank say, for example, whatever your name is, let's go Dave will not want that to look like that.
Yeah.
Even if it's nothing to do with me, I'll be like, you need to sort that out.
Yeah, Dave don't want that. Dave told me
you don't want that.
Dave told me he hates that
for me is like, that's why I like to get to know like a lot of my clients. I don't have every single client. Obviously, I can't have all my clients, but the clients who I look after.
Yeah.
We're besties.
I was going to say something I've forgotten now. Something about venue coordinators. Oh, don't worry.
Okay, moving on.
My turn.
Oh.
I want one. Okay. Oh, my camera just opened on my face and I was like, bleh. Okay.
I got another coordinating one.
Oh no, I've got a planner one. Actually, this goes on to the same thing. So let's carry on with this theme. Bitch from a bride here. I'm really struggling with what to do with my wedding planner. I know I'm still 13 months away from my wedding, but this is the only quiet time for me and my fiance, as we're teachers who live abroad. So we're really trying to get suppliers sorted, but our wedding planner hasn't got back to us with recommendations for 4 weeks now.
Whoa.
We've now found the majority of the suppliers ourselves, and we've lost a little faith in her commitment to us. Are we being unreasonable? We've tried communicating why we are being so on it. I get, because obviously they're teachers, like they said, they've got to do it now. And she's reassured us she would get back to us, but we've had nothing from her for 2 weeks now. So far, we've only paid a deposit. Do we go ahead with her? Do we scale it down so she just coordinates on the day? Or do we find someone else altogether? Thanks for your help.
4 weeks is long, man.
That is long.
Way too long. For me, if you cannot provide communication to your clients as well as running what you're doing, you're doing something seriously wrong. Like, it's still peak wedding season. We're still getting back to people.
Yeah. And
like, I actually was on one of my team's emails the other day and I was like, you've waited 4 days to reply. Get that replied to. Yeah.
And again, it goes back to me hiring. I now need more help. I want to be more responsive. So I'm bringing in more support. Like, you have to... It's either stop taking on people or grow.
This is a really weird example, but it's not about weddings. But basically, we have our dog in daycare. You get where I'm going.
Carry on.
But they won't take him on school holidays.
What the fuck?
Because they've got other people. Everyone's gone on holiday.
Oh,
and I was like, I don't have a kid. So
I literally don't give a
school
shit.
holidays mean fuck all to me. He's been coming to 2 days a week for the last 7 months.
How much is doggy daycare?
Like 250 quid a month. And now you're telling me you don't want to take him in half term. I don't even know when fucking half term is. But like, what I'm referring that back to is this is their quiet time for work. So just because you're busy, you still need to make it. Sorry, you're paying for a service.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 4 weeks.
4 weeks is madness.
For a wedding planner.
I would book Georgina Rhodes events, but what I would probably do is bring it up and like, the problem is about losing deposit. I think if you can prove that they haven't done what is contracted of them, then you're well with it. Also depends how much work they've done for you prior.
Yeah,
if they found the venue and stuff, you kind of got to go, right, okay, well, I'll pay for that.
I think you've got to express your concerns, because do you know what, like, I can't, like this, I'm not making excuses, but your email could have gone into junk. Like, if you've not consistently chased, like, I had it once where someone texted me, like, oh, like, no one's got back to my email. I was like, we haven't received, like, we literally searched the whole system. She's like, oh, it's still in my outbox.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry, like, shit.
But the problem is, I think you start to get annoyed at people, and then you can't shake that. And like I said a minute ago,
Really
the last
important.
thing you want is somebody when I turn up to somebody's wedding, I want them to be excited to see me.
Yep.
Like, I want them to be like, cool, awesome, right, let's go. Not
The whole reason of having a wedding planner is to remove stress, make the process easier, so you don't have to worry.
Experience.
You are,
Yeah.
like, it's not going to work.
No. Agreed.
Unless she comes back with, she's broken a leg, she's been in hospital, or, you know, like, there's some, like, legit reason, then I think we need to start having conversations to start thinking and moving quickly on
Yeah.
it.
And are you willing to lose the deposit to have somebody that makes you feel more comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, your turn.
I'm
Are we still on coordinators?
Yeah, I've got another coordinator
Mate, the inquiries that I'm going to get after this.
Hey, my cousin's fiance introduced me to your podcast last week, and I'm already caught up.
Thank you.
Absolutely loving the advice. The biggest thing being that I didn't even know I needed to pay for the registrar, so I swiftly added that into my budget. So thanks for that. I'm a 2025 bride, and my venue is providing a wedding coordinator. They don't start.
Sorry, say that again.
My venue is providing a wedding coordinator.
Are they?
No,
Okay,
whatever.
yeah.
They don't start coordinating until approximately 12 months before the wedding date. So the organised devil inside me is itching.
Again, venue coordinators and wedding coordinators, they're not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not.
With all due respect, your venue don't really need to start talking to you until about 12 months out anyway.
So this is a very good point, because I did have to say this to a couple the other day.
I haven't finished my DM yet.
I know, sorry,
we'll
I'm
come
butting
back.
in. Respectfully, most suppliers don't need to speak to you until about a month before your wedding.
That is incorrect.
No.
Your stylist does.
Right, what did I just say, Beth? Tell me what I just said. Play it back, Brian.
Most.
Are you fucking most? No. If I'm coordinating, I don't need to know anything until a month before.
Yep.
That's when I sit down and go, cool, tell me everything. Photographer doesn't need to know anything until a month before. Caterers need final numbers. Maybe, like, when I used to do catering, it was a month before, because that's when they start buying all the stuff. Like, it's fine. So don't be too stressed if you haven't started hearing from people, and don't be like,
I mean, a month
the
before, if
day.
you haven't heard from someone, then yeah, you
Then
probably
yes,
need to
that's
touch
when
base.
you send out these emails and be like, hi, do you need anything from me? And then maybe that kickstarts them. But don't be stressing if 3 months before your wedding, you're like,
Well,
nobody spoke to me.
If they're a reputable supplier who you can see are like working and producing still, and they've not gone quiet and like nothing seemed offish there, then yes. But we start talking well early.
But you need to.
Well, you've got to think, people with staff.
Yes.
Like, we have to do rotas. We have to order. We
a
have to order
photographer
order
doesn't
flower.
need to do any of that. A coordinator doesn't need to do any of that. As long as your date is in that diary, you're good to go. And you just need to wait until they get in touch to say, right, tell me everything.
But I do think a check-in email, like...
Yeah, I have no issues with a check-in email. I quite often get check-in emails, and I'll say to people, we can book in your month before call.
Yeah.
And then at least it's in the diary and you feel better about it. But sorry, carry on. What was it saying? That the 12 month before. So just maybe knowing your timings. I know the day is everything you're thinking of.
This goes on to... My question is, we don't plan on having a stylist.
We got it from Cough One.
So who becomes responsible for decorating the venue? We plan on DIYing a lot of our decorations, but aren't sure how that gets set up. We'd love your advice on this. Once again, love you both. Oh, I love the nice message. You're so sweet. You need a stylist.
You're so sweet, but
no, genuinely,
yeah.
the venue can put stuff out.
So you will
Some
need to
venues
check.
have rules and regs about that.
You'll need to check if they'll set up things for you. And then you also need to be looking at how much stuff you're providing. They are probably one person. Like, even when I coordinate and people ask me to set up stuff, I'll say, yeah, absolutely fine. But then that does mean I'm not going to be able to be with you in the morning doing first looks and stuff like that. But put people where you want them. But again, it's a person doing something. So if you've got a million things and you want balloon arches made and stuff like that, that's where you've got to kind of ask a question. And maybe it's more cost effective to have a wedding coordinator that sets up all your stuff rather than a stylist.
Yes, there are companies that do that, aren't there?
Yeah.
It'll just come and just do your stuff.
Yeah, wedding coordinators quite often will set up the majority of your stuff. What?
We've got a voice note. Can I play it?
Oh my God, yeah, I don't know. What if, does it say, leave me anonymous?
Well, no. Ready?
Both. love the podcast. Listen every week. Thank you so much. I got married on the 15th of July, so it came out at just the perfect time. Yeah, it's just so helpful. I really wish I'd had a wedding planner and or coordinator, which you'll realise why, because I'm about to send you a letter that I've just sent to my venue. I feel a little bit guilty / bad about it. I'm just worrying about it. I mean, it's quite long, so you can skim read it, but I'd just like to get your guys' opinion on it, really, see if I'm out of line or who's out of line, really. But yeah, obviously anonymous. I can't say that word. Everything on the podcast, and yeah, but see what you think. I'm intrigued to know if you have time to read it, obviously. Yeah, my name's...
My name's... See, again, guys, no, fuck it. This is a sales pitch. You need to inquire with me ASAP Rocky, because it changes the entire wedding. I promise you, all of your stress just goes... bloop. I'm just going to read, I'll read bits out. Okay, ready? Dear blank. We are writing in relation to our wedding on the 15th of July. We have a number of concerns that now, upon returning from our honeymoon, we need to raise with you. A number of these we believe are in breach of contract agreement that we had in place. Would appreciate if you took the time to read this carefully and respond as soon as you can. Blah, 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 blah. 3-day hire of the venue. And it's not cheap, is what I'll say. On the day before, we arranged...
You've missed a bit out.
What?
For reference, we paid...
Yeah, I wasn't saying it. We paid for a VIP package and drinks, 3 days at the venue. Not cheap. We'd arranged to arrive. On arrival, no staff were there to greet us, and no staff seemed to have any idea of our booking. Fuck off. It was also uncontactable, leaving us very much in limbo. We had to call you to ascertain what should happen, as they were not on site. A poor start. Again, this is going to be the biggest part of this entire thing, because once you've pissed them off, you're done. Upon entry to the venue, I believe shocked would be an understatement. The venue was disgustingly filthy, so far from what we imagined our venue to look like the day before our wedding. Please see video for reference. Oh, fuck. So they would have literally filmed it and been like, look at this. Please bear in mind that our VIP package started on that day, and the venue should have been cleared, cleaned, and blank slate ahead of our wedding. Totally agree. If the venue doesn't make it clear, please see below. Birthday confetti throughout the venue and leaves scattered on the floor. Dirty and sticky tables and chairs with leftover food on. Children's stickers on chairs. Filthy table runners stained with chocolate. Broken pick-a-mix cart. In addition to the points there had been heavy rain on the run-up to the wedding. While we appreciate that was out of the control, the venue was leaking. The venue leaking was certainly in your control. The volume of water inside the venue was shocking. There were puddles on the floor. We spent the day before with the wedding cleaning, scrubbing, peeling stickers, repairing things. Not the VIP package we paid for. Fuck. All of the above should have been cleared and sorted on arrival. At the very least, staff should have been on site rectifying the situation. I totally agree. Like, it should be, once you get there, that's your venue then.
Yeah.
We would have been more than understanding, but lack of staff. Yeah, I guess if somebody was there and was like, look, I'm sorting all of this out for you right now, just start bringing your stuff in. Again, we refer back to the fact that we had a 3-day package. We now move on to the plans we had agreed for the table arrangements and love sign, none of the agreed had been implemented. The tables were not sat out discussed. The top table was nowhere to be seen. We had to hunt down chairs because there was no staff. Couldn't find the sign. The lawn games were never located, all of which was a massive stress for everyone involved. We tried to take emotions out of this. However, we feel at this point overwhelmingly upset. We can honestly say we felt we did not have a venue ready to host guests.
That just makes me sad.
That makes me want to cry for them.
That makes me really fucking sad.
Yeah. To overcome this, we had to call our family and friends to help clean up and set up. All of them were surprised by the state of the venue and really disappointed that they couldn't enjoy the run up to the wedding. Oh no. The caterers were very surprised and said it's not normally like this. He allowed us to put all the unwanted furniture in the kitchen, which was a huge help, offered to call in his waiting staff to help. They're good, aren't they? That's nice of them. And get them in early to set up. Again, people offering to go out their way. This is where suppliers do step up. Like if somebody rang me and that was the day before their wedding, I'd be like, I'll be there at 8 a.m. Just leave it. We now move on. On the wedding day, our florist left flowers and a sketch with one of your staff to the venue. To our disappointment, this never happened. Do you know anything about this? Instead of your staff deciding to put the cake flowers in my bridal bouquet vase, I had to move this myself, moving it on the day. The DJ was late setting up because he couldn't get into the venue. Delayed the first dance by an hour. The next point we're annoyed about is that there was a dog that was allowed to run freely in the venue in the evening. Fucking hell. A number of guests don't like dogs, and we had 2 toddlers at the wedding. Oh my God. One of the guests was bitten by the dog, and it's completely unacceptable. I don't fucking disagree with you, Hearn. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay. Another one we'd like clarification on were the prices of the drinks. A number of guests informed us after that the prices were increased after midnight. We saw no reference of this. Our final query.
How fucking cheeky.
Could you imagine?
To be fair, I'd probably be too drunk to realise, but still.
We also realised the next day there was no tea and coffee facilities, despite that being advertised. The fridge only contained a half-opened carton of orange juice. Oh my God. Fucking hell. As much as we feel we want to request 1/3 of the cost of the venue hire. Fuck off. I'd ask for the entire thing back. Wow. Hope we can resolve this amicably. Jesus Christ.
That wedding from hell. So basically, followed up on the message. Basically, we had an amazing church wedding and then off to the venue.
Oh my God. The
title of this podcast is going to be called The Wedding from Hell.
Yeah. That is as bad as it gets, isn't it?
Thing
Surely.
Is though,
I wonder if they still had a nice time.
If you were there and I was there, or you had someone external, this is why it's so important. Again, this is not a sales pitch.
No.
But like you could see from the caterer stepped in. If
Yeah.
you had a coordinator, you would have stepped in.
Yeah.
If we were there, we would have been like, fuck this.
Clean this.
We're clean
Yeah.
or we'll get you. The end goal for us, despite it not being our job, we're not going to let you down.
The amount of things that suppliers do that is not in their job remit is madness.
Mm-hmm.
Like the amount of times I'll go out to a shop and get stuff because there isn't things. Literally did it on Sunday because it's I do, as most suppliers do, whatever the fuck needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever needs to be done to make sure that runs as smooth as it can. They don't always run smooth, but as smooth as they can so that everybody else thinks it's all going fine. Cool. That's what we're doing.
We had it the other day where the venue had put out the wrong chair. They got 2 sets of chairs, like the Chiavari and the wooden crossback. And the bride came to do a first look. She's like, the chairs are wrong. My lot were like, right,
cool.
Help the venue, move the chairs, because you know what? We need to get you down the aisle and we need to make sure you're happy.
Yeah.
And we have that one end goal in sight.
Yeah. So I did an after party for a wedding last weekend, and there's obviously been a mix up with the collection times of the stuff. So it ended up being that people were coming for the after party, but there were no tables, no glassware, no bar, nothing. There was nothing. I can't express that enough. But I made it work. I sent them to a different room that already had some furniture in. We did it up there. None of the guests would have known anything. I went out and got cups. Like, it was the day after, so like plastic cups were not the end of the world. Mm-hmm. But you make do, and people would have left it and not known a fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that's number one aim.
But that...
I feel bad for her.
Bad behaviour. Really
I feel bad
behaviour.
for her. I hope she uses that money to do a little 1-year anniversary party.
But I think you need more than a third back, hun.
Yeah, I would actually push for more than that.
Thing is, I'd be like, what are you going to give me back?
Yeah. I fucking want it all. I'll take it to the press.
I want it all. But yeah, I am sorry you had to go through that. That's
that is awful.
We're not here to scare you guys, but also like...
But also, if you're getting vibes... You know, when you start to think about something, so somebody messaged me today actually and said about these cloths for a table. And she was like, I can pay extra to have cloths that go to the floor, or I get these diamond linen ones included. And I was like, babe, when you look back at those photos in a year's time, you'll be like, why didn't I just spend... like, I know budgets and things like that, but if you're annoyed about it, if you're thinking about it now, it's going to annoy you, I promise you. Mm-hmm. So if you're doubting any suppliers, if you're doubting the venue, if you're thinking of having styling, if you're thinking of having coordinating, you won't stop thinking about it. So do it.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I actually can't believe we literally just read The Wedding from Hell.
I know. I feel bad for her.
But I think she must have had a really nice day, because of what it sounds like, it's just a prep. And
hopefully, I was going to say, day before.
Apart from the dog. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I haven't read this one, but
Okay.
hi, ladies. Literally love you both. I literally love you guys. Like, you know, when you listen to podcasts and people read that, I'm gonna
Tell everyone that you met somebody on holiday who recognised you.
Oh my god, yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna put it down now. Right. I have to do a shout out. So I've just been on holiday, and there was 2 people that mentioned the podcast to me, and I texted George. I was like, oh my god. Come and see us. If you know us, recognise us, come say fucking hi.
It's my favourite thing in the entire world. Somebody came up to me in
it.
Wagamama's once and was like, I'm sorry, you don't know me, but I love your thing. And I was like, and I was sat with my, if I'm ever with Brian and you recognise me, please come over to me and be like, I know who you are, blah, blah, because then afterwards I'll be like, Brian, fuck you.
So what was more embarrassing was I was doing water aerobics that morning. So everyone saw me doing water aerobics.
Do you reckon we're that famous that people will record it and send it to
I was like, wow, good job I'm not Molly May, innit? Anyway, so yeah, I met 2 people. The first couple I met and they were leaving the next day, so I didn't speak to her too much, but she did come and say she loved the podcast, follows it, and literally was like, we were lolling and had a great evening that night, had drinks. And then my shout out.
Go on.
My
How
shout
much
out.
did they pay you for the shout out?
They didn't pay me. Cameron and Nathan, you are amazing.
Who are they?
They were a couple I met.
Yeah.
You are doing his best friend's wedding.
Cute.
Leanne. Shout out
it.
Leanne as well, because
Hiya.
Cam was like, Leanne will be fuming. So, but genuinely, like, I love making friends on holiday, but when I say these people, I literally feel like I've known them my whole entire life. We spoke every single day since being off holiday.
That's adorable.
Like, obsessed. But obviously, he literally was like, my best friend's obsessed with your podcast. And I was like, what?
What? What do you want me to sign?
I was just doing autographs in the hotel.
Pay him. Charging people.
But no, honestly, they are incredible, and I can't wait for their wedding.
Oh my God,
They're
how
just,
exciting.
they are literally.
Wait, are they getting married?
Not yet, but
Oh, okay.
Nate's got to pop the ring to Cam. Pop the ring, yeah.
What? Pop the question.
Pop the question.
Pop a
And
ring.
then Cam's got to pop the question back.
Okay,
Same sex couple.
fine. You're not ruining anything by saying that, are you? They're not
No,
actually
they
meant
know. They know. Because I was obviously asking questions
to- Okay.
about who gets who the ring and how you decide who proposes to who and
Yeah.
all of that. But
All
obviously, Cam Passenger Princess is like, no, I'm getting proposed to. But yeah, literally love them so much. But yeah, I'm baffled that people are like,
That know who it is.
No,
Yeah, I agree. Read your DM. Read your DM. Yeah, so if you see us, come and say
shout out. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, ladies. Literally love you both. Your podcast gets me through my morning commute.
Love it.
Please, can I submit a Bitches from a Bride for some advice?
Mm-hmm.
Our wedding venue is trying to charge us a quite hefty amount of money for bottles of spirits we wanted to buy for our guests to make use of for shots during the evening. I'm talking 3-4 times the actual cost of a bottle from a supermarket. AKA a bottle of tequila rosé has been quoted at £70. The alternative they have said is to purchase a shot individually, which isn't ideal. They said it's because otherwise...
Wait. Sorry. £70 corkage on top of the bottle. They're paying corkage or they're paying per
A bottle of tequila rosé has been quoted at £70.
Okay.
The alternative they have said is to purchase the shots individually, which isn't ideal. They said it's because otherwise this would take away from their bar profit. Do you have any advice on how we should handle this, or do we need to just accept the venue's charge what they like and that's it? We just think it's slightly unreasonable given A, how much we paid for the venue, and 2, that our guests will be using their bar all evening.
You can't say A and then 2.
That's what she did.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I'm literally reading it. B, I'll save you. B, that our guests will be using their bar all evening and a couple of bottles of spirits won't really impact. Thanks in advance.
Okay.
This is tough.
It is tough, and I'm going to try and take the approach from both sides. First of all, yes, that's annoying.
Can I just say you look like you've got no hand?
I'm going to take... that's annoying. That's annoying as a couple. However, that would have been in the terms and conditions at the start of the venue. If it's not, then you can push back a little bit more.
I'm just Googling how much a bottle of tequila rosé is.
But you have got to see it from the venue's point of view, because if they start letting people bring in all their own drinks, remember that time that Beth said she was going to bring her own drinks and I kicked off? You are taking away from the bar, which is then paying for the staffing that are there, and you can shut up. When you've got a venue in a bar one day and you start going, I didn't buy a bottle of tequila rosé in, that's what's going to happen.
It's a bottle of tequila rosé is £13.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
But this is why...
I get it. The shot glasses cost money. You've got to
gotta
pay
wash them
someone to
up,
pour
you've
it.
got to pay someone to go and clear it up.
£70 a little bit steep.
That is a little bit steep. However, that's...
It is what it is.
Like,
isn't it?
and I don't mean it to sound like, but you have to look at... If you're getting everyone smashed is the aim. Don't book a venue where you can't bring your own drink.
I say, is there a corkage?
That I'm assuming that's what the £70 is. I reckon it's a £70 fee for liquor.
No. It's £70 for the bottle.
No. But all you pay for shots individually. But that's how much the £70 would be.
No. She's saying it's £70 for the bottle if you want to buy the bottle, or you buy the shots individually. And she's like,
how many shots are in Tequila Rose, bro?
It's a bottle of...
What's the size bottle? Huh?
500 millilitres.
500 ml. How many shots? 20 shots. 20 shots. So what's a shot?
20.
What's a shot cost, Brian? £3. What's £3 times 20?
£70.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're charging them per shot. So I would ask if there is a corkage on the bottle.
Yep.
But I reckon there will be, and it will be high, because they won't care if it's tequila rosé or vodka.
To be fair, you'd pay £3.50 a shot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. You're basically you have to get it through the bar. The other thing that you could look at doing and ask is to see if they've got any kind of stipulation on alcoholic favours. So you could do a tequila shot as a favour.
I get it. It's hard when you're not in this world or this industry or hospitality, bar work, weddings.
Yeah,
there is a markup for a reason.
Yeah, and it includes all the stuff that was boring and we don't think about.
I need to go into bar work.
Well, no,
it's little things like little things like the electric to have it in the fridge. You know, like you're gonna want your tequila rosé cold,
chilled. Do you have it chilled?
Yeah.
Okay. Rose, tequila rose. Sorry, Brian shouting out.
Tequila rose. I always say tequila rosé. It's because you're tequila rosé.
What are you saying? Do you want to be on the podcast? Is it an ick? Oh, sorry.
Tequila rose. I do love it though. I love tequila.
I don't like
I love tequila rosé.
Is that a tequila and a glass of rosé?
Yeah.
Okay. It's annoying. At the end of the day, respectfully, you've booked that venue and they again have you by the balls. There's not much you can do about it. You can ask if there's other ways.
Thing is that you do it in a restaurant or a bar. If you wanted a bottle of tequila,
you can't go to a restaurant and take your own bottle,
or a club. They charge you.
So think about it like a club. We're in a club right now. To be honest, it's lucky that some venues charge corkage rather than a price per bottle, but that is fucking annoying.
It is annoying. £70 when you're like £13.
Yeah, £13. Or could you have it as a welcome drink? Sometimes you just have to play the game, and if it says you can bring your own drinks for the reception drinks, then you go, cool, we're going to do... Is there a tequila rose cocktail, Brian? Is there something that you could have a drink and then a little shot of tequila rose?
Can't you do like a tequila rose pina colada?
Ooh, you could, I reckon. Oh, pina colada's rum. I don't understand. The other day we made a Bloody Mary, but there was no vodka, so we had to use tequila, so it was a Bloody Marie. So I was setting it up.
Ick. Bloody Marie.
That's what it is, that's the cocktail. But this lady came up to me and I was like, oh, it's Bloody Marie. And she went, oh, it's Bloody Mary. And I went, oh, it's not, it's tequila. Fuck you.
I bet she felt like a right
patronising little bitch. But I wonder if you could do a Prosecco and a tequila rose, like as a bit of a thing. Try and take their contract and play the game.
Be like, please.
Oh, pretty please.
Just be nice. Like, if you're a dick, they're going to be a dick back. 100%. So just play nice. Okay, next one.
Go on then.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, that hurts. Don't do that.
Oh, this is really sad one.
Oh, no, I don't like sad ones.
I nearly accidentally called her as well by putting my finger on my phone. Right, she's given me 2. Do you want to do both?
Yeah.
Oh, the sad one.
Why are they sad? Don't.
Okay. What are your thoughts on removing people from the bridal party? We had to put our original plans on hold as I found out I was pregnant and then our son died shortly after birth. I want to cry. Some people we initially wanted to be part of a day, really haven't been there for us at all in the months since this happened, but some have been incredible to us and we would now consider them as extended family. I no longer have the patience to be fake kind to people as it's become clear who truly cares about us. First of all, I'm genuinely so sorry you've had to go through that. I can't even begin to imagine. That's awful.
This is in no way similar, but in terms of trying to compare it to something, when we had Isla,
you look like you're gonna cry.
I know. I feel like I might. When we had Isla, you very quickly realise there's a saying, and it's like people are there for what is it? A season, a lifetime, and an episode or something like that. So you get some people you meet. Great time, and then they move on. Same for a season. Some people can only handle it for a certain amount of time, and then you maybe grow or they grow in a different direction, and then you move on, and then you've got lifetime friends. And when you have a child, let alone what she's gone through. But when you have a child, you realise who lifetime people are, and like kudos for her to saying like, I'm not fucking dealing with like.
I would say like as well, like you can very openly say like, look, I don't feel like you have been there for us.
Yeah.
But
then equally you get some people that just don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Some people don't
Oh,
understand.
so
I know I
sad.
can't even begin to know.
imagine.
But so Isla was in special care when she was born because she had what did she have? Reflux, like severe reflux. So everything she was having, she was being sick basically. And there were certain people that were like, right, what can we do? Here's food, we've cleaned the house, we've done this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not asking that people do stuff like that, but checking in, stuff like that. If you've got people that have not checked in on you, fuck them. See you later. Do you think you're coming to my wedding and think I'm paying for you to have a nice day and get drunk and blah, blah, blah? No, thank you.
I think your priorities change as well, and I think it's okay to change your bridal party because you don't want to do something that you regret, essentially.
Yeah, just say we're literally starting the entire wedding over again. You didn't make the cut, hun.
And like, people have got to expect it coming now.
I just think if someone was your bridal party, they all nearest and dearest, like
nearest and dearest. That's sad.
Really sad.
Really, really sad.
Do I want to tell stories when it's sad? Did you see that there was a bride that died on her wedding day?
What?
She was quite fit. It was maybe last year, and during the bridal prep, she didn't feel very well, and she died.
How?
I don't want to quote what it was because I'm not 100% sure. They took her to hospital. He was quite famous as well. I can't remember, but she died. Could you fucking imagine?
I can't because I get really upset about things like this.
I don't like it. Sorry. Moving on.
Upset from this.
Can we need to I've got a bitch from a bride. Should I do that?
Changing the subject
Fucking
quickly.
hell,
Someone
sorry.
sent us a DM saying, "How was the bubble tea, Georgie? Wasn't sure about your reaction."
That was my first bubble tea the other day.
Did you like it?
I don't think I chose the right flavour would be my thing, because actually I then tried the Biscoff one and it was better. So maybe we did a weird flavour because I like a lychee martini. I went for a lychee something.
Nice.
Not a K&T. You got one, or am I doing it?
Yeah. In the latest episode, you discussed wearing white. Lol. Thoughts or feelings on the groomsmen in white shoes? I love the idea and have no hard feelings as the bride, but my fiance brought it up to me for the okay, which I never really thought about. I don't know how I feel about white shoes.
I think white shoes is an ick anyway. Do you mean like trainers or white like
shoes?
I'm picturing like snakeskin.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care, and I'm top level.
Yeah, I don't think I'd care.
Because to be honest, at the end of the night, you end up with everybody with their shirts, and so it is pretty white. But no, I don't think I'd mind shoes. I've got one. You ready? Hi, Georgie. I've been following you ever since I started wedding planning and recently started listening to your podcast.
Can you slow down, please?
Sorry. I am almost certain that one of my close friends' partners is going to drop out on the day of the wedding. He never comes to any of our birthdays or parties, including a recent engagement, and he's not coming with my friend to stay the night before, despite having the room booked for 2 ages ago and them not living close. How should I broach this with my friend? I'll be so upset if he doesn't show on the day, considering how much it costs. But I'm also not sure how I would then get past that with my friend, and don't want it to affect our friendship going forward. I want to politely give her the opportunity to say he's not coming. Any tips?
Ask her.
Yeah.
Literally. Exactly how you said, like, oh, he's not turned up to a few things. Like,
just say I've got no. I would be blunter than that.
Either way, we're super happy if he's there. If he's not, then the space can be given. It's costing us a lot of money, and if he doesn't turn up, I'm going to be billing you. I
would just say, like, in the nicest possible way, babe. If he doesn't, if he doesn't come now, babe, hun, chick. If he doesn't come, if you let me know that he's not coming now, no hard feelings whatsoever. Like, I totally get it. If he doesn't turn up on the day, I'm going to be really upset because it's costing us £165 per person. Give her the amount.
I'd be like, well, I would expect him to pay if he doesn't want to turn up. I don't care. I'm savage.
No, I agree.
Mic drop.
Should I send some bills out for the people that didn't come to mine?
Yeah. It's fucking muggy. I hate it.
It is muggy. I totally agree. You got one? You getting one?
Yeah. I had one earlier, but I can't find it, so I'm going to just try and remember it. Okay. Long story short, she was basically saying she's like a late bride. So she's not a late bride, but out of all her friends, she's the last one to get a last bride. Yeah, I'm the last bride and like last one to get married. Everyone's kind of over it. Aww. Everyone's kind of done it. No one's really excited. Like, Is it normal to feel this way? How do I approach it?
Oh, that's really sad.
I always say the first one's always like,
Yeah, hypey. Yeah, do you know what? I never thought about the fact of being... But then I guess it depends on... That sounds like your friends, because I can't think of any of my friends, if they were the last to get married, that I wouldn't be as excited.
but I also think because they've been through it, they know how stressful it is. They're like, fucking,
Yeah.
I'm parking up
Maybe we
PTSD.
No, but
there.
also they might be more understanding of it than the first bride. So I also don't think you want to be the first bride. God, I reckon it's your mates that's the problem.
I would jump in like Facebook groups. Like,
Yeah.
Build your own
yeah.
community full of bride and grooms who
Agreed.
are bloody excited. Then you haven't got any opinions. Then you've got people who are excited.
I would look at the positives from this. I would look at it as, cool, right, I've seen XYZ's wedding. I didn't like this bit, so I'm going to do this. I really liked that, so I'm going to do this. Try and involve them where you can, but maybe just, and again, it goes back to, it might not even be the last bride. I will say it again. Nobody is as excited for your wedding as you are. Mm-hmm. It just lower your
Preach it,
expectations.
sister.
Yeah, lower those expectations. Get on with it yourself. Involve your family. Like, there's nobody that's going to be more excited than like your parents and stuff like that. So involve them.
Ooh.
You want one more?
Yeah.
Go on then. I also want to talk about, I haven't watched it, but I've seen some clips from Olivia Atwood's wedding.
I haven't watched it yet.
So all I've seen, I saw one clip of her, I assume it's her mum, coughing. And she was like, don't you fucking dare cough in my ceremony like that. Do you need to take some cough syrup? Like, there's a reason I'm not having kids here. Is that mean or is that okay?
To be fair, for my mum, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard. Like,
There's just so much money. It used to cost so much money to have that moment, and I don't want.
I think that's
Oh, that hurt.
you just like,
I didn't
stuck your
cough though. It wasn't
tongue
real
out.
cough.
Have you seen that TikTok? It goes, if you know the words of this song,
Sing along. Sing along. I hate it. It makes me feel gross.
I'm going to do it after and you're
No,
going
I
to
don't
play
want to
along.
do it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I also don't understand the song. Do you just say the start of
You
the
just
song?
start like one word of the song.
Go on then.
If you know
No, I don't want that
the
bit
words
again.
of the song, sing along, sing along. Baby.
Got back.
What? I did a song you'd know.
Do it again.
Baby.
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 Baby, if you go down to the woods today.
Brian's looking at us like,
Do you know that?
sake.
Do you know it? No, Brian. What? Do it again. Do me the next word.
Baby you.
Baby, you got... What?
Wait, say it.
Baby, you like...
No.
Okay.
Baby you.
Light up no word like nobody else.
The way that you blink your head.
Fucking asshole. Anyway, we went off.
Sorry.
Coughing. Yeah, I would be annoyed if somebody coughed all the way through my wedding. But also, if that's happening, one is okay. If you carry on, leave
I'll
the
just
fucking
go,
room.
yeah.
Leave the room. I've seen people
Pardon
leave
me.
for coughing,
Gotta
and I'm
go.
okay with it.
It's one of those though when you've got a cough and you're not meant to cough, you just keep coughing, don't you? And like,
Yeah.
and it's hurting. You're like,
And you're trying to do a little one, but
Yeah.
actually the little one, the little sporadic ones are more annoying than just one big one.
yeah.
Or you cough when people clap.
Hey, I'm not sure if you reply, but I have to say I love your podcast. Thank you. We're getting married late 2025 in Cyprus. We're working on our guest list and it's proving to be quite a headache. I've never evaluated people's friendships so much. It's terrible. We're trying to treat it as normal wedding, but have empathy for the fact that it's abroad and guests will have to fork out money if they want to
Yeah.
come. Understand not all will want to be able, not all will, but be able or want to come, essentially. It's like not everyone's going to have to come.
Yeah.
We have a fair few people on the list that would probably be evening guests if we were getting married here.
Oh,
We'd love to celebrate with them, but once you add their partners, it just adds so many people. Would you
Yeah.
invite them without their partners? We're also doing
No.
adults only, which I know makes it difficult for people with children.
you can't.
but
can't
it is what
do.
we want. Any advice?
I think if you're doing an abroad wedding and you can invite, say, if you've got a group of girls, I reckon you can invite the girl group again. Speak to them and be like, look, girls, I want you there, but I just can't afford to have your partners. Would you guys come as a foursome?
Yeah.
And do that? I think that's acceptable. As a mum, it is more difficult when a child doesn't come because equally.
Oh, get over it. Find someone in a room so they can breastfeed, so you can dip out and breastfeed. Get over it.
Oh, did you see all the hate I was getting on my recent
Yeah,
TikToks?
good.
I don't like getting hate.
Good.
I don't understand it though.
If
How
you
can
know
you?
the
How
words
can
of
you
the
be
song.
annoyed at somebody doing the
Sing
oyster
along.
shucking?
Sing
Shall I tell you what one of the comments said?
Go on then.
I didn't get Brian to read this one out because it was the day after, but
Right, put it into context for everyone.
So I did a little video over an oyster shucker that I had at a wedding the other day. So I call them my weddings.
Basically, so people was going around and
a cool looking surfy man was going around
doing oysters. It looked really cool.
He poured a different sauce in. They
really quirky. Loved it. If you like oysters and that's your vibe,
it was
great.
Very on vibe for the wedding.
Yeah.
So I did this video and I did my face over it saying, my wedding on Friday, I saw this. I forget that when I say my wedding, people think it's my wedding.
Yeah.
But I was like, my wedding on Friday. And
what did they say to you?
They said, what did it say? Hun, that's not your wedding. You look at least 100 pounds heavier than that bride. And I was like, bearing in mind I read this in the morning. So it was like 6:30, and I was sat in my bed looking through the comments. And I was like,
what a bitch.
But like,
who is she? Let me at her.
No, I think it's a guy. It's actually, I don't know. It's got a cat as a fucking thing.
Who is it? Name and shame them right now.
I don't think I can find
Everyone, go spread hate.
No. We don't spread hate because I read it and was like, but first of all, it's fucking, first of all, it's TikTok. Second of all, it's an oyster video. Why are you coming at me? I'm not giving an opinion. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying, hey, look, this is cool. I saw it. Why would you say that?
That's mean.
Why would you say that?
That's mean.
100 pounds. The other ones were funny, and I think like
What's pounds in stone?
What's 100 pounds in stone, Brian?
Google it.
No, it's fucking loads. 7 stone.
Fucking hell, like a child.
I read it and was like, do I get upset about this? And I was like, no, fuck it. But also, you can't even see me in the video. Like, I'm tiny.
Watch the video.
I can believe that.
How fucking mean.
But so I went to go. But my problem is, because Brian goes, you need to comment back. But if I comment back, I don't want anyone to ever leave me a bad review. So I can't. So I'm kind of, I'm trapped by the balls, as my favourite saying for this whole podcast. But I can't. And they've got no videos. Shocking.
They look cool. Really
cool. It's
cool.
really cool.
I like his little belts.
And it was like literally one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And I think it's a shocking great idea for your
See that my joke?
I just saw the bride at the end. Like
she is. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. She's slimmer than I am.
Gorgeous.
But like.
She's not 7 stone lighter than you.
But I didn't say anything for you to say that to me. I wasn't being mean. I was just doing my, like, scroll past. If you don't like it, scroll past. Are you reading some of them?
The comment that's got like 3,000 likes. Saw them at your wedding. What? By accident?
I know. And then, but it also annoyed me because I never said that I didn't book them. Do you know what I mean? Because other people are like, oh, as a planner, how do you know that? No, they're not going. And I'm like, well, first of all, I was coordinating.
So the wedding I was working on at Friday, not my, like literally.
Just honestly, it just blew my mind. I also got hate on that. Do you see that mirror that I did? So a mirror fell over at a wedding the other day and smashed. So I redrew it. And people are like, as long as you think it looks good. And I'm like, they've got to sit down and got to make something because the other one was dangerous.
I'm loving these comments. I want to marry the oyster shucker.
I know. There's some brilliant comments on it. It is funny. So if anybody's bored and wants to go and have a look, what does somebody else say?
Imagine if you got a bad batch, whole wedding ruined.
Well, somebody commented saying it's all good till you shuck your pants.
I'd just follow him around.
Yeah, and everyone's like, very expensive. But actually, I don't think it was that ridiculous. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I'm vegetarian, so just saying.
Someone's like, get everyone in the mood, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
love that.
I can't wait to eat oysters and clams. Anyway, so yeah, I couldn't believe that comment. Just madness. And just a little tip for you guys: if you see something on TikTok or Instagram that you don't like or you don't agree with, just swipe past. Swipe on past. No issues there. Start reading the comments. My favourite was Tory shop girls.
Literally. That's so...
It's great content getting Brian to read out my hate.
Yeah. What's being rich like? Rich will do rich things. Shocking expensive too, I expect.
I think, and I'm making this up, I'm sure he said it was like, I reckon £300 to £500. Which
I don't think that's bad.
Like, again, maybe we're being Tory shot girls, but I didn't think that was horrendous because it was a great thing to talk about. It's like having magic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's not, but it's an activity that's happening during that time. Fuck off.
Someone replied, shut the fuck up.
What, to me? What, just that video?
Shuck the fuck up.
Shuck the fuck up. Oh, was that more of a shuck the fuck up? That's
maybe.
Cool. I don't know. So yeah, anyway.
Explain
my
this
day.
in poor people speak.
Canapes.
Oh God.
Anyway, get off it now.
I
Bye.
can't. It's so addictive.
I know.
I love Parasite. Sounds great.
So what was one of the other ones? I've got a no hipster rule at my wedding. But then people will argue with each other within my comments, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so. I just want everyone to get along. Some people have my back and they're like, it's not her fucking wedding. Why don't you take 5 seconds to look at her page and see that she's a planner?
Bottom feeders, bacteria infested shelves.
Wow.
Sorry, no ma'am. Looks like slavery.
Like, should I tell you what they should do? Just not have oysters at their wedding.
How do I get on Tory talk? Rich people are disgusting. Bacteria buckets can snuck me all day.
Shuck. What were the ones on the bloody mirror though?
Did you see your husband too?
Fuck's sake. The other people, like on that mirror one, this was inevitable to be honest. Why would you use a mirror? What the fuck? It's not great, but it'll have to do. What? Oh no, what?
I've never commented on a TikTok before, but you are literally the reason I'm emigrating from the UK. You and this whole country are the worst. Your accent is atrocious, almost worse than Oyster Boy.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't even.
I'm glad we're laughing about it.
Doesn't.
But
They genuinely
fun.
don't bother me. Like the weight one, I was a little bit like, all right, fucking chill out,
that's
hun.
a bit nasty.
But like, just fucking scroll. And do you know what? The UK is not missing anything if you fuck off. Right, you're gonna have to sit and read those later.
Sorry, but that is entertaining.
I know. Wow.
But also, I'm
Right.
laughing at people being mean, but don't be mean. It's
Don't
not
be
nice.
mean. Like, just don't be mean. And if it
What I
helps,
would say is leave a funny comment.
leave a funny comment. Like the shuck your pants one makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Love it. But like, if it helps, they don't bother me. So by you writing it thinking you're being horrible, I literally don't give a shit.
It's actually not.
But thanks, because it gets my engagement up, and I think that video's on 2.5 million views. So anyway, should we do a tip?
Oh, that made my tongue tickle.
Oh, what tip?
I've just realised you've got no shoes on. Your toes are touching my table.
Oh, sorry. I touch you. I never wear shoes on this.
You touched me.
I touch you.
Anyway,
tip.
Tip.
Yeah.
You had the list.
No, you got rid of my tip jar,
Yes,
and that
it
had
was
all the stuff.
shite.
It wasn't. I'm going to make another one.
Shucking awful.
Don't, because like, one day it's going to hit me and I'm just going to cry.
Oh.
Nah, fuck it. It's funny. I would like you to give me a tip on buttonholes.
Whoa. If you don't know how to put your buttonhole on, research it or let your coordinator or florist do it.
So no shade to the show, because we obviously love the show, but the Ultimate Wedding Planner, they had their buttonholes on the wrong side. And that's all I can see.
Wrong side buttonholes.
Yeah.
Pins.
What's wrong with the pin?
People
You can see
people
the pin.
do like crossing pins. You've got no idea that. Like, honestly,
You shouldn't see the pin, guys.
You should
shouldn't
not see
It
the
should
pin.
look like a little floating buttonhole on your collar.
I've said this before.
Not your collar.
Stop man hugging. Do it after the pictures because you're crushing.
Or
my
just get
little
two.
Flower. Yeah, get two.
You wish you were having your little flower crushed.
Ew. That is vile.
Sorry, carry on.
You, shucking disgusting.
I can't believe I didn't read that. I hadn't read that one about the accent. Thanks for pointing it out to me.
You've taken me off the trail of thought.
Sorry.
If you don't want a buttonhole, you don't have to have one. You can have
yeah.
button pockets.
Yeah.
I also think buttonholes on tucks are quite controversial. People love, people hate.
I like it personally.
Yeah, I like it.
You don't have to have it.
Think about if you're going to have ribbon or not, because
Yeah.
we ask all these questions in our console.
Yeah.
So if your florist isn't asking them,
You need to know.
you need to know.
Yeah.
You can have magnets if you really want, but they don't stick that much. So for your page boys, I'd always give them magnets or safety pins.
Yeah. Okay. What about women's ones?
Corsages?
Wrist? Do you like a wrist corsage?
I'm not mad on a wrist. It reminds me of prom.
Yeah. Bag ones? I like a bag one.
Yeah. So the corsages we do, obviously on the dress, then we do use magnets because they're like laces.
Yeah, fair.
But if you've got a pacemaker,
Oh.
you cannot have magnets because the magnet will stop your pacemaker.
Jesus.
And we are not responsible or liable for that happening. It's in my terms and conditions.
See all the T's and C's.
But genuinely, we've done it before. We've got there and we're like, we have to always ask, have you got a pacemaker? And she's like, yeah, I do. Like, and if we didn't ask, that could have been
Dead.
for some flowers.
Wow. Just for that, just for that buttonhole.
Again, and always ask people if they want. Like, so when I do my consoles, they're like, I'm not sure she want them. Ask her.
I honestly think we said
Or
it on
him.
last episode. it's really easy to just get them. Then they're not that expensive and they can be used somewhere else. Like, I also think grandparents should have them personally.
Yes, I agree. Grandparents.
My
really
nan
should.
liked having one.
Way more traditional. They're the ones that are going to
Yes.
care about it.
Agreed. And that is the end of the episode.
Top
Thank
tips.
you. Thank you. Top tips. Top tips. And the biggest tip we've learned from today is free to be kind, Beth. It's free to be kind. But bad things is great for engagement.
Karma will get you.
Karma will get you, you bitch.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.